Hey guys, what's going on? Mark McGarry here, coming at you with another value-packed video. Now, do you struggle to get leads and sales into your business using solo ads? Maybe you're getting some eyeballs on your offer, but you're not really getting the results that you're looking for. Well, don't worry, because there's a lot of people out there who struggle to get any type of results into their business using solo ads. There's a misconception out there in the marketplace that solo ads don't work. Well, I'm here to tell you that they do work, but only when you follow a process and a step-by-step formula, which I'm actually going to lay down in this video if you watch until the very end. Now, before we dive in, I'm going to leave a link below in the comments, which actually goes more in depth into the step-by-step process and formula that I use to generate daily leads and sales into my business using solo ads. Now, most people think with solo ads that when they don't get a result, they think it's either one of two problems, that it's either the vendor or the traffic. They go on a couple of runs and they don't get the results they're looking for, so immediately they blame either the solo ad vendor or the traffic that they're getting. In reality, it's not any of these problems. It's usually either one of two things or both. One is that it's the offer they have. Maybe it's a substandard capture page. Maybe it's a low quality funnel where there's no real value to offer your customer as he goes through the funnel. The second thing, they're not following a process and a step-by-step formula, which I'm actually going to go into in this video. So the first thing is, it's called the vendor selection process, is the formula that I use. And it comes down to 6 or 7 steps, which I'm going to go through in this video right now. So the first thing is, first, what is a solo ad? So a solo ad, simply put, is when a solo ad vendor will give your offer to a section of his list. And depending on how much money you give him, the more people he'll actually show your offer to, and the more eyeballs will get onto your offer. And of course, they're also known as clicks. So part one of the vendor selection process, which I go into really quickly here, is that what I like to do is go on to Facebook groups. So there's a lot of Facebook groups out there. They're called solo ad Facebook groups, right? And there's really tons of these groups out in Facebook. There's literally hundreds of Facebook groups with solo ad vendors. So you can just go on a lot of them, maybe 10 or 20, and just join the groups, and you actually get approved after a certain amount of time. So then after you go on the Facebook groups, select maybe 2 or 3 solo ad vendors. And they usually go onto their sales page. So we're going to go onto their sales page. Now, on the sales page, you're looking for a few things, right? So you're going to first thing is look to see if they're a real person. So you'd usually see if their picture on their sales page will match their Facebook page. The second thing you're going to look for is testimonials. So maybe look for 2 or 3 testimonials, but you want to look for real testimonials, right? So usually testimonials with maybe a 30 to 40% opt-in rate. Okay, 30 to 40% opt-in rate is usually a good opt-in rate with solo ad vendors. And then the other thing you're looking for is how many sales, right? So sales, usually a good rule of thumb to go to with sales is 1 sale per 100 clicks. Now, one thing is that if you go on their actual sales page and you see, a 60% opt-in rate or something with maybe, 10, 12 sales, I wouldn't really go near that, because most of the time it's going to be lies pretty much, right? So usually a 30 to 40% opt-in rate and 1 sale maybe per 100 to 200 clicks, right? So the second thing you're going to look for is what you're going to do then. What I like to do, I actually like to connect with them personally on Facebook, make friends with them on Facebook, and have a conversation via private message. Because obviously the long-term goal is you're going to be building a relationship with this vendor, so you can go back to them in the future and get better deals and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's a good kind of tip there. So the second one, when you actually connect on Facebook with the vendor, what I like to do is I'll ask them, say, I want to book a test run with you, right? So test run. So book a test run. So just private message them and say, I like the look of your traffic. I like to book a test run. And he'll kind of come back to you, and he'll say, how many clicks you want to run. So a good rule of thumb is, what I'll say is, I want to book a test run and I want to frame the purchase, right? So a good test run is usually about 100 to 200 clicks. Okay, and then what you're going to do is say you want to frame the purchase. So all framing the purchase is that, if you get a good run with them, you're gonna, scale up. So you scale up to, say 200, up to 300, 400 clicks over a few runs. So you're gonna get some good data that way. A good tip is never to, scale from say 200 up to 500 or 600 clicks, because, you could get burnt if you do that, right? So the second thing to do, book a test run, 1 to 200 clicks, and see how it goes. And if it goes well, if you're satisfied, scale to 200, 300, 400, 500. The third thing is when you want to ask them, when was the last time you ran this offer to your list, right? So when So ask him, when was the last time you ran this offer to his list. So the reason behind that is, say if there's 100 guys who's running traffic with a solo ad vendor all at the same time, that's not as many eyeballs on your offer as you like. So a good rule of thumb with that one is maybe 2 to 3 weeks. So if he says the last time he ran his offer was 2 to 3 weeks ago, that's a good sign that it's going to get fresh eyeballs on your offer, right? So also another thing to ask them, is it their own list or is it broker? Because some solo ad vendors will actually buy lists off each other, and that can kind of mess up conversions, right? So the next thing is 4. Ask for tier 1 and tier 2 traffic. So basically tier 1 traffic and tier 2 traffic. All this is that tier 1 is usually traffic from the English speaking countries like USA, the UK, New Zealand, Australia and Ireland, right? So, and tier 2 is the kind of the developed countries. So ask what percentage tier 1 and tier 2 traffic they have. So that's kind of important. So you never want to get underneath 85% tier 1 tier 2 traffic, or that'll kind of dilute your offer, right? So and then the next question is that how long would it take to go to the list? So usually you can get usually 24 to 72 hours is a good rule of thumb. You never want it to be taking, you know, almost a week for your traffic to go to his list, because again, that'll nearly dilute the offer. So how long will the offer take to go to his list? Usually between 1 and 3 days is a good rule of thumb. And the last one here is the price per click. So you always ask him how much per click are you offering. So price per click. Okay, so and you can always negotiate this price per click. So never pay over $1 per click. That's just going too high. Good average would be between the kind of 60 to 80 cent range. You can always maybe negotiate with the vendor too to get maybe 10 or 20% off per click. So that's basically, that is the formula that I use. As I said, to go more in depth, to find a more in-depth training on this exact formula that I use, I'm going to leave that link below for you to click in the comments to check out the 7-step formula that I use to generate daily leads and sales in my business. And also, if you're interested in an affiliate opportunity, I'm going to leave a link to my affiliate opportunity in the comments below as well. So with that said, guys, I hope you got value out of this. Leave me a comment below if you got value out of this and what you thought of the video. So thanks a lot, guys. I see you again.